Really? You heard that? Are we on?
Yes.
Reporter told me to make sure that they have their.
I actually,
mics on.
yeah, showed up and tested and adjusted volume.
You're always on, Jeff.
That's it, I'm going home.
All right, it is 5:30. I'm going to call the Tipton Common Council meeting to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item on our agenda are the minutes from the last meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the June 22nd, 2026 minutes.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the June 22nd meeting minutes as presented. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Any amendments to the agenda this evening? Hearing none, moving on to committee reports and board reports. First meeting of the month begin with Board of Works and Safety. With Councilmember Kring absent, the Board of Works meeting had general business as presented by the boards. Nothing particular of note other than there have been several improvements and repairs at the park, including splash pad and pool. So those, I think the one that's still outstanding at the pool is the diving boards. So she's continuing to work on getting quotes to fix that. There is a citywide cleanup scheduled for this Saturday from 9 to 3 o'clock at the school. Appreciate the school's willingness to partner with us on this. So if you do have items, there's no fee to bring those items on Saturday, the 18th from 9 o'clock to 3 p.m. There's a list of items that are accepted. You can find those on our social media, or if you want to call into the office, we can identify those items for you. Moving then on, Rich is absent for the cemetery board. Though as part of Diana's report today, the Board of Works mentioned that the board had met to discuss plot buybacks. This has been a consistent program within the city cemetery, lots that individuals don't intend to utilize. So trying to make some concerted effort to purchase those back so they can be resold. Moving then to Park Board.
They did have a meeting. It was very short. There's nothing really to report on it. You kind of touched the key things.
Very good. Utility Board.
I was able to attend. We had a medical emergency, but we've got a couple of board members here this evening if there's anything we need to talk about.
Was in the meeting notes, very uneventful meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. That concludes the board and committee reports for today. Then we'll move into the public hearings. There are two. I would accept a motion to open the public hearing on the water rate increase.
I'll make a motion that we open public hearing for the water.
Second.
Motion second to open the public hearing on the water rate increase, ordinance 2026-02. All those in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing is now open.
I just want to make one remark, that's all. I really appreciate you bringing all that information at the last meeting on black and white paper. I didn't realize how chintzy we are being with our money to pay for things here in the city. And I just appreciate you letting everybody else know exactly where we stand.
Thanks, Roberta.
I move we close public hearing.
Second.
Motion is seconded to close the public hearing on the water rate increase, ordinance 2026-02. All those in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing is now closed. I would then accept a motion to open the public hearing on the wastewater rate increase.
I'll make a motion, we open the public hearing on the wastewater rates.
Second.
Motion is seconded to open the public hearing on wastewater rate increase, ordinance 2026-03. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing is now open.
Go ahead.
Move we close public hearing.
Second.
Motion is seconded to close the public hearing on the wastewater rate increase, ordinance 2026-03. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing is now closed. There are no items under new or old business. Mayor's report largely about projects in the city, working to, though the project has officially been closed out for the public safety building, some outstanding items at the facility, such as just a large-scale cleanup. Now that construction has concluded, we're actually working toward a possible open house just to give the community opportunity to see the improvements to that facility. Continue to work toward the official closeout, which is more administrative at this point, of West Street as part of that community crossings grant. And then also we do have Midwest back on scene, starting some of the punch list items for the East Street of community crossings. So they'll continue that work, satisfying some of those items that we have identified with the neighborhood to improve on that project. Baseball continues to make progress. They have, at this point, completed the installation or nearing completion of the installation of the helical piers. Those are for all the dugouts, the concession stand area, and the restrooms. Traggers have been on site pouring footers for all those areas, and then they've been working to actually pour the slabs as they've completed the helical piers. So the expectation is once they complete running the plumbing and electrical conduits internal so they can pour the slabs, we should be prepped and ready for masonry work possibly as soon as next week. Then moving to some of the park improvements, as aforementioned, the splash pad had a little bit of repairs that needed some work. The start-stop button stopped working in the UV disinfection system, needed some repairs as well. So completing that, and largely with the diving boards, again, it's an outstanding item. There's some stress fractures that have been identified, so we're just trying to repair those before an issue comes up. And then to that end, we did take down the Curly slide, which many of you know is a 33-year-old slide. It's gotten to a point where the conditions were deemed unsafe as identified by an inspector, and therefore we took that down for the safety of the community. And then lastly, through the RDC approved the public hearing offering packet for the remaining 43 acres at the industrial park. Colin Hafines, our special projects director, and I have been working with prospects that have expressed interest and make sure that they have, if they intend to reply, to have those responses by the end of this month. That completes my report. We'll move to the resolutions and ordinances. The first is Resolution 2026-13, a resolution transferring in the general fund for the planning department.
I move we approve Resolution 2026-13.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2026-13, a transfer in the general fund for the planning department. And just for transparency, it's a decrease in professional services, $5,500, an increase in training, $1,000, increase in gasoline, $2,000, and an increase in computer software, $2,500. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is ordinance 2026-02, an ordinance to adjust city water rates and charges for the city of Tipton East City Water Service Area. First reading.
Move we approve. Ordinance 2026-02.
We have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2026-02 on first reading. Any further comment?
Do we do
Were
this?
there any conditions with that?
This is?
Yes. That's, as I understand it, that would be part of my motion, but that's
Yes.
items 1 and 2. Is that the split?
Yeah.
Speak up, please.
Not sure. Should I just read it, Mayor?
Yes.
The ordinance, states that half the rate will take effect September 1st, and the remaining half will take effect January 1st of 2028. I know we had discussed earlier that rate would be like a around a $6 increase per month. So that will actually be cutting half now, and so it'd run around $3 a month. And then in 2028, January 1st, 2028, there'll be another near $3 a month increase.
Okay, so the motion is to approve ordinance 2026-02 on first reading with the condition that half of the rate increase goes into effect September 1, 2026, and the second half gets implemented January 1st, 2028.
Correct.
Okay.
I have a question. Wouldn't be a certain dollar amount, would it? Because
No,
depending on how much you
Correct.
use, every bill
Yeah.
will
Correct.
be different
that's correct.
on that
That
amount
was
that
just
it goes up.
Yeah.
Correct.
But then I guess my question would be the availability and connection fee increase.
Yes,
Will that take effect January 1st, 27?
that has to be part of the motion.
That's
The
true.
building can.
Well, that would be my, on the water side, has the motion been seconded?
Yes,
Do we have to redo the motion? Or?
unless you wish to amend the motion.
Okay,
Yeah, we could-
then just to make it absolutely clear, then I would amend the motion.
Yeah.
Is that's procedurally correct? Yeah. That the availability and the connection fee increase will take effect in full on January 1, 2027.
Okay.
And we're only, that's my amendment.
Correct.
Okay, to repeat before, okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2026-02 on first reading with the first half of the rate increase to be implemented on September 1st, 2026, the second half of that rate increase to be in effect January 1st, 2028, and the availability and connection fees are in full effect January 1, 2027.
Yes.
There's been a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Wait a minute. I amended the motion.
That's correct.
I think we have to vote on the amendment.
So correct. So there's been a motion and a second to that amendment.
Okay.
So all those in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Amendment passed. So now, as it stands, the motion in second, as I'll repeat again, half of the rate increase to be implemented September 1st, 2026. The second half of that rate increase implemented January 1st, 2028. And then the availability and connection fees to be implemented in full January 1st, 2027. Okay, there's been a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next on the agenda, ordinance 2026-03, an ordinance to adjust city sewer rates and charges for the city of Tipton City wastewater service area on first reading.
I move we approve, resolution 2026-03. And I'm gonna read that too.
With the condition.
And those conditions are, half the rate of increase is taken, effective on September 1st, 2026, and the remaining half will be taken, effective January 1st, 2028.
Is that the same on the connection fee too?
This one did not have connection fees, correct? Or it did? Okay.
Second.
So it did have a connection fee.
Okay, so the motion and second is to approve ordinance 2026-03 on first reading with half the rate increase taking effect September 1st, 2026. The second half taking effect January 1st, 2028, and the availability and connection fees being in full January 1st, 2027.
Yes.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving then to second reading of ordinance 2026-04, an ordinance to vacate public way in the city of Tipton, the alley behind 534 Maple Street. Second and final reading.
I move we approve ordinance 2026-04.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2026-04 on second and final reading, which is the alley to vacate, the ordinance to vacate the alleyway behind 534 Maple Street. Any further comment? All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Now moving to claims.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve for payment claims 182-418 through 182-944 in the amount of $4,004,099, $764.51.
No second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve claims totaling $4,499,764.51. Any questions? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We're now to petitions, comments, and memorials.
Can you give us a guesstimate of what is in the general fund now, since that money was transferred? Any idea, ballpark?
I cannot, but I will get with Tammy to have that report at our next meeting.
Are you referring to the resolution?
The planning commission, right?
Planning commission.
Is that what you're,
No, I'm just saying, since that money was transferred, I'm
So I
not worried
believe
about.
that was a budget transfer.
Yes, so I was just wondering how much was left in the general fund, that's all.
Well, a budget transfer means that money was moved from one line to another, so the actual
Exactly.
total budget didn't change.
Okay,
Is that?
That
my
makes
understanding
sense.
of
Yeah, that is correct.
the situation? Okay.
that makes perfect sense, okay. Then, there have been no, I just have questions, no problems at the golf course recently, okay? And you went over the pool issues, which I appreciate. No mechanical issues at the pool?
there has been some, yes,
Besides the diving board issues,
correct,
okay?
correct.
And, I appreciate the information about the baseball field, and, I wish they would come in, just to update how they're doing money-wise. You probably know the money-wise thing too. I think it would just help I think pretty much everybody in the community is backing that whole process. regardless of how it started. But I think it would be a nice gesture if they actually came forward, and I'm gonna blow our own horn, like the trail people did periodically, up front, gave you money, information, plans ahead, where we're standing. I think, I would appreciate that. I
Okay.
mean, I have no bones in telling anybody that I donate money to that fund out of the foundation. So I think it would be nice if they would just update us.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roberta.
And Andy from 3306 Rosie Street. When the plan commission sends out letters, what are the guidelines? Do people have 30 days to respond? Do they have 30 days to get their act together and get the stuff cleaned up? What are the guidelines?
Yeah, so the response times usually are governed in these cases by what is now our Unified Development Ordinance. So 30 days is typical in most cases, and it's usually acknowledgement and progress toward remediation. So it may not be completely remediated, but so long as they feel like we're making forward progress, then the planning commission or our staff at that time would continue the conversation until it's fully remediated. So
When somebody just continuously adds to the existing problem, is that noted someplace? Or-
if it's an open case, then it would be acknowledged and then part of their conversation. Yeah.
Another question is, I know the city is responsible for the alleys, and if an alley is grandfathered in with pavement, is the city still responsible for redoing that alley?
It's a good question. We've had one of these come up near the Fairview Apartments, where the degradation of that alley from decades old asphalt has started to create problems. So the fiscal impact of that could be challenging for us to remediate. So what we'd probably do in that circumstance is identify, can we financially absorb that kind of cost? And if not, how do we get to a solution that is agreeable by those property owners who share that alley? Is there an alley in?
Yes, the one there by St. John's, both directions. So it would be the one going to North Street,
Okay,
And
that runs
to East
north and
Street.
south.
that whole entire.
Okay.
So Mill Street, so it's East, Mill, and North.
Noted.
I thought 3 or 4 years ago, we had an ordinance that stated that the city would not be responsible. They would gravel them, but that they would not be responsible to pay, yeah.
Can you research that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, my next question is, if you have a liaison appointed to go to whatever meetings, is there any kind of guidelines for people to, how many meetings they can miss? Do they just not show up?
I'm not aware if there's any formal expectations. Of course, the expectation is that they attend to provide that connection from the council to those committees and boards.
All right, that's all I have.
Thanks, Andy.
I have one question. When you were talking about the meetings, are you talking about the big meetings or the ancillary meetings, like at the park board?
Yeah, park board, planning commission.
Okay, then I am wrong, because in the past I've always been told that if you take that position on any of those boards, you're responsible for being here unless there's an excellent reason for not being here.
Mhm.
But if, well, let's say in my spot on the zoning board,
Mhm.
if I don't show up for so many meetings, then I have been told that you need to decide between you and whoever's the president of
Mhm.
that board, that if you're going to continue or not.
Yep.
it doesn't hold up, so,
The difference I would say in these cases is that, for example, Tim is a non-voting member to the park board, whereas you would, as an appointment, you would be a voting member. So
right.
your absence actually delays the possibility to conduct
So if you're
business.
non-voting,
I still think that, because as a council member, the expectation is you're helping to liaise and create communication.
so I just want to make it clear that people
Yep.
who vote
Yep.
are notified that they're missing too many meetings. Or
Yes,
should be.
correct.
Okay, thank you.
If there's nothing further, I'd accept a
I'll make
motion.
We adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Yeah, wait for Columbus, Ohio.